Good afternoon, YouTube Pipers. Rattray Piper here. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Been a little while since my last video, but I thought we'd catch up now with a review, a blend club review. This month's chosen blend is Rattray's Bagpipers Dream. I'm smoking it in the Gianmarco Argo Poker. It's actually my first bowl in this pipe since it arrived a couple of weeks ago. A lovely pipe. Okay, so Rattray's Bagpipers Dream. Give you a little bit of history about Rattray's. The esteemed Scottish blending house of Rattray's can trace its history way back to 1005 and 1034, when the King of Scotland at the time bestowed upon I can't remember, it was Malcolm, I think it was Malcolm, I can't remember, the title of the Laird of Rattray. Now also, the Laird of Rattray was also the head of the county of Perthshire and the city of Perth, which at the time was the Scottish capital. So bringing it up to a little bit more up to date to the Rattrays that we know and love of today. In 1903, Charles Rattray Sr. This is crackling and popping like hell, this is. Opened his first tobacco pipe shop in Perth. Sadly, Charles Rattray Sr. Died in 1964, and it was then taken over by Charles Rattray Jr. At some time in the 1970s, the Rattray's tobacco and pipe empire was taken over by Robert McConnell. In 1980, 79 or 80, was then taken over by tobacco behemoth Coalhouse and Cop, where it is still blended by K&K to this day. The Rattrays produce, in my opinion, some of the nicest, best quality aromatics on the market, amongst other fantastic blends. And Bagpipers Dream is no exception. It is a blend of various Virginias quality Virginias with a cognac topping. Which confuses me ever so slightly, because I don't quite know why, being a Scottish blend, you would naturally assume that it would be topped with whiskey, not cognac. I always assume cognac. I always imagine cognac to be French. Cue bagpipes. And bagpipes. But this is a quality aromatic. I've smoked Bagpiper's Dream for a while now, so much so that I actually buy it in 100-gram tubs, which gives you a little bit of a clue as to where this review is heading. When you actually open a tin, the smell is out of this world. It really is. It smells so good, so rich. That lovely cognac topping is just to die for. It really is. But one of the things that I like about this, it's not your typical gloopy, oversaturated aromatic. It actually comes quite dry. Now this, having just smoked this pipe for the first time, it's not new, it's an estate, but it's first bowl to me. I've smoked Bagpiper's Dream in a good few different pipes, and this is the first time I've actually experienced any gurgle or any excess moisture with it. Generally you don't get that. You don't get that with any of the Rattray's aromatics. Maybe a tiny little bit, but this is gurgling quite badly, and I don't know why, whether or not it's the it's the pipe. Charring light, you get, as I say, you get this beautiful cognac-y, alcohol-y taste. You also get, strangely, what I feel is a Lakelandy, soapy sort of taste, but again not overpowering, very pleasant. I mean, I like Lakelands anyway, so. And that stays with it to about halfway down the bowl. And as with most aromatics, you tend to lose that taste and lose that topping the further down the bowl you go. And then you're rewarded with the rich grassy fruitiness of the Virginias, but you still get that tiniest hint of soapy Lakeland essence if you like. It's quite mild to medium-ish in the vitamin N front. Burns very well. Generally it's not unusual to have maybe 2 or 3 relights. To get down to the bottom of the bowl. Cup of tea, Mexican mug, PG Tips finest. London, Paris, Barnsley and Bogota. Cheers. While we're on the subject of well-known tobacco blending houses being taken over, I'd just like to add, has anybody got any particular feelings about that? I mean, the way I think obviously it's a shame, but providing that the company that takes over a said blend or blends keeps that blend as near to the original recipe as possible, does it really matter who makes it? A name is just a name on a tin at the end of the day, all said and done. You know, providing that we can still obtain the blends and they are pretty much as they've always been, does it really matter who blends it? I mean, I guess over time blends get tinkered with. Not always for the best. Most recently, obviously, K&K have taken over the blending of the Dunhill tobacco range. Has anybody tried the new blends yet? Yeah, I'm about halfway down the bowl now, and that cognac-y taste has dispersed. Just keeping the Scottish vein going here. I keep talking about cognac, so I keep thinking of France. If I play some of this, I keep thinking of Scotland. So yeah, it's certainly a blend that I enjoy. As I say, but Rattray's blends I do enjoy anyway. It's relatively easy to obtain. It's a quality blend, and I can wholeheartedly recommend it. Now blended in Denmark instead of Perth, obviously. I'm getting a bit of moisture through now. Yeah, so that's it really. There's not a lot more to say about it other than it's a very nice aromatic blend, and I'm sure if Charles Rattray Sr. was still alive, I'm sure he would be pleased knowing that his legacy is being continued, albeit by a European blending house rather than one in Scotland. I mean, another notable change in blends, I suppose, that in my opinion hasn't been for the better, the one I can just think of, two that I can think of off the top of my head, are Errymore mixture, one of my favourites from back in the day that used to be blended by Murray's, now blended by STG, Scandinavian Tobaccos Group, and the dreaded Clan, dare I mention its name, that used to be blended by Nehemiah, that is now again an STG blend. Errymore mixture still not a bad smoke really, but Clan is a bit of an acquired taste. It'll bite you like a rattlesnake if you let it. It burns hotter than the surface of the sun. But there are a lot of people that enjoy it and say that if you sip it gently and treat it with respect, it's not a bad smoke. Anyway guys, that's my Blend Club 2018 October review of Rattray's Bagpiper's Dream. From the Inner Sanctum. I shall now retire to eat my fruitcake. Well, it is Sunday, and that's what we do in the UK. We eat fruitcake on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe I'm as nutty as a fruitcake. Who knows? Gmail. I'm going to play some more bagpipe music. Maybe I should have done this review in a kilt. This one's for you, Charles. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. This is Warwickshire Piper signing out. I'll be back.